Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to the videos of the paid request, this time from Ash. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting any type of videos, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And this is for Valmont, a 1989 film that I watched after Dangerous Liaisons. And I'm watching and going, why does this story seem familiar? And then I looked it up and I went, oh, this is based on the same story as that movie. Does Dangerous Liaisons... One second. Let me see if I can talk now. Dangerous Liaisons came out in 1988, made a splash where it got 7 Oscar nominations, including Best Picture nomination. So I guarantee you they had some foresight into getting this film made, and comes out the next year, 1989, where it got nothing. And apparently this film costs more, but I thought it didn't look at all as impressive as Dangerous Liaisons. And yes, some recognizable people here. Miloš Forman directing it, who did The People vs. Larry Flint, which is a good movie. You have Colin Firth, who was a... John Malkovich played his role in the previous film I mentioned. And he was in the Teensman films, among others. Annette Bening plays the Glenn Close role. Meg Tilly plays the Michelle Pfeiffer role. Fairuza Balk plays the Uma Thurman role. Henry Thomas plays the Keanu Reeves role. And now, if you've seen my review of Dangerous Liaisons, it's kind of hard to get into the plot because it's kind of the same plot in a way, where Annette Bening wants Colin Firth. They used to be lovers. Colin Firth, he's a guy that likes to go out with a lot of women. I want you to seduce this girl, Fairuza Balk in this case, because she's going to marry one of my exes. I want revenge on that guy. If you do it, you do deal with me. Which makes a bit more sense. I do think at this point, Annette Bening was... At this point in time, in 1989, Annette Bening was better looking than Glenn Close was. So Colin Firth says yes. While he's doing that, he's also in love with Meg Tilly, who's in the Cycle 2, among other films. Jeffrey Jones is also in the film as her ex, who is going to marry... Which this... I mean, it's creepy enough that Fairuza Balk is 15 years old. And granted, back to the day, Sally, this did happen, where these young girls would marry these older guys. But it's even extra creepy in this movie because the older guy is Jeffrey Jones. And he likes him young, as we come to find out. Granted, he likes the young boys. So it still might not be his cup of tea. But as we come to know about Jeffrey Jones, he likes him young. He likes him young. That's why he should be in jail now for that stuff. And forever. But there are a few differences between this and the previous film. How do I put it? Colin Firth here is definitely more of the debonair, suave guy, the better looking guy. So maybe you buy more to why these women fall for him. But he doesn't have as much, I felt, of the inner turmoil, anguish, especially by the end of the film. And I thought while Colin Firth was fine, he didn't command the screen as much as John Malkovich did. He wasn't as intense, he wasn't as... You just gravitate towards him like you did Malkovich. Annette Bening, you felt a bit more of the evil, devilishness of Glenn Close's character. Here, just there's a lot more Annette Bening smiling. She's smiling throughout the whole film. And she's more like teasing and being evil, but there's never moments like when Glenn Close goes, okay, I said what you do. It's war. You get those like harsh moments that come out of Glenn Close, despite some moments of sweet appearance. So you see like the contrast. Here's kind of all one thing, where it's kind of this style. So I do think Glenn Close and John Malkovich did a better job acting wise compared to Colin Firth and Annette Bening. Meg Tilly, she was there, but she wasn't as. I like Michelle Pfeiffer more. Maybe not just. Meg Tilly, I don't know if. Not bland is not the right word, but she just come off as a bit more meh compared to Michelle Pfeiffer. Fairuza Balk I thought was much better than Uma Thurman. Like Fairuza Balk, and also her character feels like she's in the film much more. She does feel like much more of an important character in this movie, which made sense because the setup involves her, but she doesn't disappear. She's in it throughout and consistent. I thought her acting, she definitely was much more innocent. You bought her much more of someone coming from a convent and being wide-eyed and new to the world, and then the way this thing's. Granted, it's still a bit icky because she's so young, but being put in these situations, even though it's acting, I did it, but still, I don't know. Sorry, I can't help but being a bit uncomfortable with that. But the other differences is, in the previous film, when the person got pregnant, they had a miscarriage. Here, there's no miscarriage. Fairuza Balk gets pregnant. She tells someone, and then they're oh, well, okay, you don't be the, you don't have a child to the world, and this don't have this person's name on it, and don't worry, child, welcome you. I thought, well, throughout it was kind of doing the same as the previous film I reviewed, Dangerous Liaisons. Again, Glenn Close felt more ruthless, while Annette Bening was just smiling more. Colin Firth is more the swinging bachelor type and less tortured. He may be a bit more of a believable seducer, but he also became a less intriguing character to me. Like, Malkovich's character was more intriguing. I'm kind of wondering how this character fits into the world. Henry Thomas is more natural than Keanu Reeves was. Meg Tilly, she tries a lot less than Michelle Pfeiffer, because that's what I didn't mention. Michelle Pfeiffer tries a lot in Dangerous Liaisons, but at the same time you get to see that it affects her a lot more, this whole situation. Here you felt a bit more romance between Colin Firth and Meg Tilly. Like, you definitely bought more that they were in love with each other. While in the previous one, if like they are, but then it's like this toxic. You definitely get more of the toxicity in Dangerous Liaisons, which maybe makes it a little bit more interesting as well. And this one, Annette Bening actually offers her body to Colin Firth, and he gets mad about it. While in the previous one, Glenn Close renegades on the deal, and Malkovich gets mad about that. So they both get mad, but for different reasons. I don't think this film is nearly as good as Dangerous Liaisons, because I think the two leads weren't as good. I think for a movie that had a bigger budget, the cinematography looked a bit better in Dangerous Liaisons. I do like Fairuza Balk is in it more. She doesn't disappear halfway through like Uma Thurman did. I thought her performance was better. But the ending, the finale, sucks in this movie compared to that one. Because in this one, it seems like, yes, Colin Firth loses the love. In this case, Meg Tilly, love of his life. It's found out that he seduced Fairuza Balk, so a duel, people are chasing after him. He does the duel, but the duel is done off-screen, and the guy dies off-screen, which I don't think is nearly as effective. So Colin Firth is fighting Henry Thomas, but it's all off-screen, and you just have someone looking and going, like this, and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, that is so less effective than it was in Dangerous Liaisons. That you don't see anything. Like, I knew what happened because I saw the previous film. Other people are like, what the hell happened? And it'd take like 5 minutes to figure it out. And the previous one, it was more interesting for the character because you saw John Malkovich was in turmoil for what he did and how he wishes he could have changed things, and he let Keanu win. Here, no. Colin Firth is not dealing with that. It's just he got too drunk and he lost off screen. Also, Annette Bening gets no punishment. At least Glenn Close got a punishment. The letters were sent out. There's no letters here. Annette Bening, she's sad that Colin Firth died because they used to know each other, but she gets no punishment. She gets no reprimand. She gets off scot-free. Perfectly fine. Fairuza Balk marries Jeffrey Jones, which in itself is creepy. And Jeffrey Jones can take this and shove up his nose. Pull his skull out and kick it. Because I hate Jeffrey Jones. Because he's a sicko. Sicko pervert. Who loves the young kids too much. Way too much. So Jeffrey Jones can eat my ass all the way to hell. And yeah, it just felt like the previous one, Dangerous Liaisons, felt like that. This felt like a TV version, or made for cable version. So it didn't feel as grandiose. It didn't feel as grand. It didn't feel as intense in certain scenes, or more diabolical steaming, and much more noteworthy ending, finality to some of these characters. Then the positive I would say is Fairuza Balk did a good job. Henry Thomas, like I said, I thought he did better than Keanu Reeves did. How both of these are different from the source material, I don't know. I never read the original story. But yeah, Dangerous Liaisons is not my cup of tea, but I can at least appreciate what he's trying to do here. I'm like, I just watched a lamer version of the movie I just saw. So, but hey, I mean, I guess that's why Ash wanted me to compare the two. So there you go. So thanks for watching. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye for now.